Just before we get started, I want to cover something really quick in housekeeping. A lot of people are missing that list of forums that was on the old message board. If you go straight to the forums menu, go to forum list, it's all right here, just like the old board, all of them mapped out, the same order when it switched over on the first. Also, if you get into one of these forums down and you're trying to get back to that list, there's two hyperlinks at the left top side. If you click the top of the tree, which would be forums, it'll take you right back to that list with one click of a button and not having to go through the menu. So what we're going to do is now work on posting a new topic. Just from any screen except for the home screen, you're going to have this post new topic button. You can either click this or you can find that post new topic up in the forums menu. It's the third selection down. Once that opens up, you have your screen here, and what you want to do is select where you want that topic to show up. And so if you want to pick 3 rail low gauge trains, click on it, type in, and we'll come up with something that'll create a discussion here. CW80 transform are the best. This will create enough discussion. I grabbed some dummy text off the internet, so you don't have to watch me create all the discussion for this, but I'll show you how it works. So here's just some nonsense paragraph, and I'm going to show you how to use each one of these functions across the top here. Okay, the first is bold. This is very easy. It's like any word processing. Select the words you want, click the B, and it's bolded. Click it again, it's unbolded. Same thing with italics, same thing with underline. And even if you want to strike something out, you can strike something out. You can select all of these at once if you want, or just a couple of them. So we'll leave that off. You can also change the color to just about any color you want, but here's a warning for a few things. Purple and blue are the universal colors for hyperlinks. They're typically not the best colors to pick. We'll pick red in this case. And don't pick a yellow. Some of these lighter colors are very difficult for people to read, especially a guy like me who's having to wear reading glasses and turn the lights up more these days. So try to stick with anything but purple and blue and something a little bit darker. The next thing that you get are these are your justify or alignment. You can align your paragraph right, which it already is. We could take part of this, and we'll just make this its own sentence right here. And we could take just this sentence and make it center justified. Or we could justify it way over onto the side. We can do that for the whole paragraph as well, and move this any way we want. The next set is bullets and numbers, and these lists are fantastic. You're really going to like this. Let's say I've got 3 reasons why CW80s are the best. So I can put my 3 reasons, and the first one is they look cool. Modern electronics, programmable output. So I think these are the 3 reasons. I would highlight all 3, and I can either bullet them or turn them into numbered items automatically for me. Notice it already indents them and makes it nice and easy in the formatting. The next 2 items are increasing and decreasing and indent. So let's say that these paragraphs right here, or this paragraph right here, we want to indent it. Well, we'll separate this out. We'll highlight this. and we'll click the increase indent. And every time we click it, increases our indent to where we're happy. And if you want to move it back, you just hit the decrease indent, and that creates a nice indented. A lot of times, if you're trying to call attention to an indented paragraph, it's nice to italicize it. That helps. The next thing we're going to pick is maybe we want to quote something. And instead of the quote function, when we start the post, we could hit here and quote this and say, here's a good one, a statement by the President. And if we want to make fun of that, you can always come up here to the little faces and put a tongue sticking out. So that's how you handle the quote, and I just handle the little smiley face all at the same time. What really helps a lot too is that sometimes people want information on these transformers or whatever else that's on an outside website. So let's say we need the CW80 manual. What we can do is go out onto the internet. We're going to type in Lionel CW80 in manual, and you can see we have it. And it's the first one here, so when I click on it, it takes me to the PDF manual. I can come up here and grab the link to this page and copy it. I can click back on and go into my post, and if I highlight this CW80 manual, all the letters, and I click on this chain, this link, it opens up a little dialog box where I can put that website of where the manual is. This next box is very important. You want to select Open Link in New Window. The reason why you want to do this is that when they click on your hypertext link, it will open up a new browser window or open up a new tab, and it will not take them off the forum website. That way they won't have to try and navigate back to wherever they were. Once you have those set, when you hit insert, you can see that because I've already been on that page, it shows up as purple. This is why we don't want to make unlinked text purple. And then when anyone in this post, if they want the manual, they can click straight on here. It'll open up that PDF page. If you made a mistake in the website address, you could just highlight it again and click the unlink button, and the link is gone. But for our purposes, we're going to keep this link here. Set that to the new window and insert. The next item, and this may not be too useful, but you could use this. Maybe there's some characters that can be used in the electronics forum. I'm not sure, but here you can pick out different things, especially like copyright, register, trademark, things like that. This just lets you use these special characters inside the forum. Next one could be useful depending on your post. It gives you a bar that goes across, so I had set the cursor, draws a nice division line through your post. And if you don't like that, the next one next to it is undo. And when you click that, it'll undo the last thing that you were typing. If you move over, you can redo, and it'll put it right back. So you can look at it with, without, and with. How to handle tables. Tables are really interesting because, and I think I got enough space here, when you click on this, you can make a table. So we're going to make it 3 columns wide, and we're going to make it 6 columns deep. And here's the tricky part. We need to pick a width and a height for this table. So this width in this area up here where it says CW80 transformers are the best, that width is somewhere around 500 pixels. This is something that I already know, but if you want to figure out a table width, you're going to probably, for this forum, you're going to need to be somewhere around anywhere between 400 to maybe 500, 550 pixels before it's too wide. So I'm going to make this 500. The height of this table, and we're not talking about the columns, but the total height of the table is going to probably need to be somewhere in the 300 pixel figure. And when I hit this, you're going to see what it does. We can also set the alignment, the padding I'll explain, and the spacing in a minute. And once I hit insert, you can see it creates a nice little table. This will be, these lines will be invisible, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, I haven't posted one yet. But you could type in, you could make your table with quantities, prices, items on one side, quantity in the other, pricing. So if you want to talk about what it costs to build, a simple oval or some sort of loop of track or whatever you need to do, you can make these neat little tables to do things. So we'll do, 036 curves. It does this weird thing where it squeezes everything over. Let's say we need 12 of them, and let's say they're going to cost $5 each. And then you get the idea. You can put it in however you want. Or if you want the total 12 times 5, you can have your $60. And you could go down the list and make make your own column, table columns. So that's how you handle that. If you save it as a draft, you can go back in under Forums, Manage Posts, and get back to those drafts and work on them later, especially if you're doing something with more of this formatting to it. I would suggest, though, is that probably using bold, italics, underlining, the colors, maybe some of these bullets and numbered lists, you'll probably end up using those a lot. You'll probably end up using the hyperlinking a lot as the basic things outside of posting pictures and videos. If you've used a word processor, you'll see it's very much the same. And then the other thing is don't toggle the WYSIWYG. WYSIWYG stands for what you see is what you get, because it'll pop you back into HTML. And unless you're really comfortable working with and tweaking the HTML, which I'm sure not too many people are, you want to toggle this back so you can see it as is. One last thing is when you post a new topic, over on the upper right hand side you have this checkbox to watch the topic. And if you're putting up a question you want answer to, you definitely want this checked off. But what you do have to check on your personal settings, if you have to go into this manage section under your notifications, and you need to turn on this watched content, specific content I watch, and you have to check this box. That way the email will come to you, otherwise the email will not come to you. And the other thing is that if you're getting a lot of email, because you do check that box under your managed settings, just make sure any topics that you're following, and we could go right in here and look real quick at one, that you come in and stop watching those topics that you don't want to get email from anymore, where you see this here, stop watching this topic. That way you can get some emails but not get flooded with emails. Not enough time to do pictures and videos, so that'll be in a different segment.